Intro. Meh. Podcast. Two skinny dudes.
Two
Podcast.
skinny dudes, the meatball boys.
Welcome to Two Skinny Meatballs.
I don't know what we're called in it.
I'm your host. We'll say my name's Greg this time, and I'm joined by my good friend Sir Preston Esquire the Third.
Hello.
How are you today?
Doing great.
Yeah, you feeling skinny?
Uh, sure. Why
You
not?
you look skinny. Do you feel different?
I
Let me
mean,
let me
yeah.
put you up on the
None of my
camera so
none
everyone
of
can
my
see
clothes
you.
fit.
For some reason, you refuse to turn your damn camera on. Mm. Man, I am tired today. We are just kind of slogging through this. This is how fat I am. This is what October 16, 17. What is today?
17th.
17th, and It's Tuesday in it. And yeah, we're doing podcast number 13. Time is flying, man. How
We only have one left before we leave.
Yeah, yeah, this
One.
is second to last podcast, right?
And it's gonna be a spooky podcast
It
because
will,
it's
yeah.
on Halloween.
It's on Halloween.
That's the 31st.
Ooh, all two kids that trick or treated last year are gonna be disappointed if I'm down here and not up there handing out candy, because
Mm-hmm.
my wife is terrified of people and makes me do it every year, and no one comes. Do you guys get a lot of trick or treaters?
No, we're like a dead end street.
Yeah, we are too actually. So
Yep, not many.
it's good for no traffic most of the year, and then bad for Halloween traffic. So first things first. Uh, while I got the cam nice and big, like I'm finally noticing myself looking different, and I pulled up uh the first podcast we did 13 podcasts ago on the very day, and I at that point I had already lost like over 20 pounds, but you can definitely see a difference. Like I'm starting to get my neck back. Like I'm still, chunky and don't have a chin, but I'm starting to get a little bit of like I'm not as puffy anymore, and it's kind of crazy to like finally see some changes happening. Also, I had I had put jeans on because it's getting cold, like for the first time in a year, and I've been wearing shorts most of the time, and my jeans are way too big. Like I can't even wear them. So I actually bought new jeans that are 8 inches smaller around the waist, and they fit. Like they're just a little tight, and I'm used to having baggy jeans on, so anything's gonna feel tighter than that. But like these actually fit. Like they don't just fall down when I don't have the belt tightened as tight as it will go. So yeah,
Yeah, eight's crazy.
8 inches. That's. Have you done any measurements, or are you just like you're
Um,
just like wearing?
not not officially. But based on how pant sizes are, you can't really tell from one brand to the other. But
Right.
I'm I think it's 12 or 14 inches
Okay.
smaller on my waist.
That's
Sounds about right.
that's pretty good
I
considering you started out like under or over 100 pounds less than I did.
Yeah, I pulled out a bunch of my old clothes because I didn't want to buy any, and yeah, sure enough, I found a one single pair of jeans that
Nice.
fits perfectly. Well,
Nice.
I still have to wear a belt with them, but close enough.
Yeah, I mean, belts. we're always probably gonna have to wear those, like even when you're real skinny. Like, um, anyway, yeah. So changes are happening. Let's go ahead and check in with the old Scalaroonie here. So here we are. We got
Yeah,
Mr.
Wrigley Field.
Yeah, Wrigley Field. Preston Esquire the third is clocking in at 193.1. That is insane. I say this every week, but like it's just incredible, and I don't even know what else to say about it. It's just you're
I
you
had to hit my prediction. All right.
you
I
are
said
actually
5. I said 5.
and you are actually like going to hit your goal before we go to Vegas, which is less than a year. Like I want people to put this into perspective. Like to lose 100 pounds, thinking to yourself like it'll probably take a year or two to get anywhere close to that, and you've done it in 232 days, and you're at 111 pound point 7 pounds. Like that's incredible, and we know that's what you weigh because way back in like week 4 we bought new scales.
Mm-hmm.
I think we put a note in there, new scale who dis. Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we know the weights we're doing now are good, which I just want to preface it again because I've said this before that like this wasn't my heaviest. This is just what I started at when the scale finally would read what I weighed because it was erroring out. So I have no idea what I actually started at, but officially 405 and 304.8 was our starting. And where we're at 232 days later is 193 and 337.1, and that is a 2 week loss of 5.8 for you. Oh, let me move my screen here. 5.8 pounds lost for you and 2.8 pounds lost for me. And
Mm-hmm.
I need to talk about this because, like, if you look at the schedule, we are so close to Vegas. Like, we go on the 4th, November 4th. And I my plan right now, and I've already upped my gym. I'm running consistently like 4 miles now, and I set a personal record yesterday. Actually, I did 4 miles in what was it, 26 minutes and 43 seconds, something like that, which is insane for me. And you're like you're running a fun run. Which day are you doing that?
The 29th, it must be. Where's my calendar?
20. It's
Yes, the
Saturday,
29th.
right?
Sunday.
Okay,
Sunday,
so
29th.
this is your fun run. There we go. So yeah, you're like you're ready to go, and you're wanting to like push your times, but
Yeah, so originally when we talked about the fun run, I wanted to run 3.16 or whatever the 5K turns into miles,
right
because America,
freedom units.
we don't know what 5K is, so it's Eagles per Budweiser or something. I don't know what the conversion is.
Just not Bud Light.
Yeah. But so I wanted to do 10 under 10 or 10 minutes or faster per mile.
Hmm.
And yesterday on just one of my, they call them relaxed run days, I ran 5 miles in under 10 minutes per mile.
Yeah, you want to run sub
So
10-minute mile goal is what you told
yeah,
me. So we'll put
so
that
I
on
kind of
there.
already beat that goal during my training.
Hmm.
But so we'll see. It's 3 miles, well, a little over 3 miles, and I'm gonna push it as fast as I can. I don't think I can get under 9 minutes per mile, but
Hmm.
honestly, I don't know because I run further distance rather than shorter distance when I train. So we'll see. We'll see where the whole thing lands. But yeah, should be fun if I can hit that goal and my weight loss goal before Vegas. Yeah, that's gonna make that trip super enjoyable.
What's crazy to me, and I'm sure you've experienced this too, is that it hit me yesterday, that it takes me so much longer in running to feel like I'm at a point where I no longer feel miserable at all. Where in
Oh yeah, I never do at
when I
all.
started, I was miserable as soon as I started, and I could
Yep.
go maybe a mile, like, and that's running at like I don't know, like a 4.7 speed or something, just really low on the machine, right? And now, I mean, my fourth mile, I averaged like 6.7 on the speed, which is a very fast jog. I mean, and then the last, I don't know, half mile, quarter mile, somewhere in between there, I ended up running like a 7.9, 8.0, and which is like sprinting for me. Um, and it just like it's unbelievable how I'm like, man, I still have this much weight to lose, but look how much healthier I am.
Mhm.
I can move at that speed for that long, and I have like constant controlled breathing the whole time, and I'm not having cramps and stitches everywhere, and oh man, my foot hurts, or like, oh, I just want to
Yeah.
stop. Like, no, now I'm just like, my whole thought process is like, I'm gonna listen to this like really good song. I'm gonna try not to go too fast, because sometimes if I zone out, I realize I ran too fast, and then I have to slow way down. But yeah, it's just like the whole thought process now is, how fast can I get my time down? Like, not
Yeah.
when can I stop? Like,
Well, I mean, last week my long run was 7.6 miles.
jeez.
And if you would have told me that I would have enjoyed running 7.6 miles when we started this, I would have laughed in your face.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But
Like,
like I did that in it was like an hour and 20 minutes.
mm-hmm.
And but yeah, like I used to dread the first 5 minutes and I ran for an hour and 20 minutes. And when I got home, I was like, oh, that felt nice. Gonna make some dinner and sit down and relax.
Yeah,
It's like,
you feel good, don't you? You feel so good when you're like,
oh yeah, I
when you hit
mean,
that
I
zone and your breathing is like really constant and like deep, and just I feel a little like, not lightheaded, but like
I
disconnected a
mean,
little. It's
they call it a runner's high for a reason.
I
That's
guess, but
that's that's what it is.
yeah. So I've been doing circular breathing and stuff like that, and in through the nose, out through the mouth, like just really deep, um, holding it, like trying not to do short breaths while I run, and yeah, man, that last mile is like euphoric. Like, it feels so good, and then I just feel clean. Like, I feel like I sweat out all the toxins, and I feel healthy, and I feel like I don't know, emotionally I feel like extremely just optimistic. It's weird. It's like, I would recommend this for anyone. Like, I'm not a runner. I'm still not a runner, according to you, because I'm on an elliptical, and that doesn't count.
I'm not saying it doesn't count. I'm just saying those are two very different things. That's all. But
Yeah,
I mean, you said at some point when your weight gets down, you'll get into it. So
I
I mean,
I I fully intend to, for the first time, to take up running as a hobby. Like,
I truly think you'll enjoy it. And if you enjoy it so much, you can, drive your car over to my place and we can run through the neighborhoods and the routes that I do.
yeah,
And we can two-man train.
it would be cool, yeah, to see like how conditioned I can get, and then how I can do next to a real life racing ghost,
Mhm.
which would be you. But like,
Well, I mean, it it's proven that you run faster when
mm,
you're running with somebody. Like period, end of story. Because
yeah,
like you want to pace with them, and
right,
it's like you don't want to fall behind. So like just your mind and body want to follow that person. So, but
yep,
yeah, I think
yeah,
I think that'd be sweet. And I got a ton of there's a lot of great places to run around me. Like Like I said, I ran 7.6 miles and it was awesome. Like nice hills, you see deer all the time when I'm running around, like and the roads are nice and clear. There's no traffic, no crosswalks you have to deal with. Like it's all just nice neighborhoods to run through.
Yeah, and I'm trying to be realistic about it. Like I'm still 337 pounds, and I know last
But
time I
you're almost sub 300.
last time I did
Let's just
this,
put that
yeah,
into perspective.
once I hit sub 300, then I actually did some pavement. I didn't have a reason to do it, but like it was really nice out, and I had already worked out at the gym. So then I went to the park and I hit the pavement. I think it was about 290, something like that, and I was able to run. It still hurt, but it wasn't the like shocking pins and needles like through my feet and my legs, like because when that much weight is hitting with that force, it's hard to explain, but it's very painful and it's horrible for your joints on top of all that. But like, so like I know what my limitations are, and I'm not trying to like make it so that I'm hurt and I can't work out for 6 weeks because I screwed up my leg or something. I don't want to have excuses, so
Right.
I'm working my way up. I'm not in a huge hurry, and having you do this with me has definitely been like a motivator, but it's not been discouraging like in the past when I tried to do this stuff with you guys. It was always competition based, and if I fell behind, it was like I cannot catch him now. It's like physically like if he averages 5 pounds a week or 2 pounds a week, like I literally cannot catch him. So why even try? And then I would just give up. And that's happened a few times in the past when I did weight loss contests and stuff like that. So this has been different, but it's been good. Like I mean, obviously it's got results, but one thing I wanted to talk about to have it on record here, I I'm going to make a fairly large adjustment to my diet. Um, but I'm gonna wait until we get back from Vegas because Vegas is gonna be like shocking my system because I'm gonna have some food that I don't normally eat. Even if it's healthy, it's still like different than what I'm eating on a daily basis. And so like shocking your bodies can be a very good thing. But then when I get back, one thing I've noticed is that I'm eating a lot of like low carb and like I'm eating a lot of like meats and jerky and stuff like that. But a lot of the stuff that I've been eating, I've been like looking at it like more closely, and I never paid attention to sodium. And I feel like I'm having way too much sodium because like I've been having some weird like pains in my stomach and in my side and stuff, and like working out seemed to help that. I think because I was sweating so much. Um but like on weekends and stuff I noticed that it was just kind of weird. Um and when I look at one thing and it says it's 25% of your daily sodium, but I had two of them, and then like the no the sugar-free drink I had like 18% of your daily sodium in it, and then that's not counting any of the other food I was having, including, and I hate to say this, but those frozen healthy bowls that I've been eating every day at lunch with the cauliflower and the meat and all that. They're
Whoa, whoa,
put
whoa, hold on. With the
the
quinoa.
quinoa. Those are sadly jam packed full of sodium, and I know it's because I mean there's salt in it, but they're probably putting a ton of preserves and
I'd
preservatives into
be.
it.
I have differing opinions on this, but I'd be curious to compare our sodium intakes. I
But
would
you,
just be.
but you also sweat enough for the two of us. Like
Still, I'm fascinated. I would be very curious to see what the difference is
yeah,
in
I'll
sodium
I'll
intake.
add up like what a typical day is for me. And like I said, I'm not. I'm still gonna have my beef jerky in my drawer at work, but I think I'm gonna switch over from the frozen meals to every night when I cook dinner, make a little extra for lunch the next day, and then I'll bring it in, and that way I know it doesn't have, it's not overly processed food. It's more organic and natural, and there's not all the preservatives and all that stuff. Speaking of preserving things, though, I did something that you have been doing for a long time apparently, and Prime Day had crazy sales like they always do, and I bought a chest freezer, set it up in the garage, and then went down to Cattleman's and Taylor, and we bought the assorted bundle, which is like 5 pounds of everything for like $150. And then you had messaged me like, if you want to get like real with this whole thing and save money and like keep the meat frozen and good for a long time, you should get a food saver. And then I said that
Mm-hmm.
to Sarah, and she goes, "Oh, we have one." I go, "We do?" Apparently, she just randomly bought one like years ago and literally never took it out of the box. So we got home, unboxed a brand new food saver. It had barely enough sample bags or that you seal with.
Yeah.
Yeah, you put the food in and then it seals it. We had barely enough, so like I had to go on Amazon and order like a couple rolls or whatever. So, but so that's something that I'm hoping will not only like save us money, because like it ended up being like $3 a pound or something for all the meat that we got, and it's a lot of different stuff. So like chicken, beef, and pork, and all that stuff. So yeah, so that's interesting. But you've been doing that for a while too, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So well, I mean, I have a lot of venison and stuff in my freezer too.
Where did you get the venison?
Uh, One of our contractors I work with at work.
Oh, well, lucky
Yeah, he
you,
dropped off a cooler full of it for me.
dude.
Pretty nice.
Well, that'll say yeah, okay. Venison's
Yeah.
like really good for you too.
And it's delicious.
Yeah, yeah. I used to go deer hunting with my dad, and my grandma would make she would make meals with venison and stuff, and yeah, I always liked it. So,
All
um,
right, moment of truth. What's your prediction, homie?
my prediction.
Mm-hmm. What's your prediction for
I
this upcoming week?
I don't have high hopes. I mean, because I'm all,
Well, not with that attitude.
I'm all over the place. Look. I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna scroll it back here.
I'm gonna continue on my 5, even though I only need 3.1. I fully expect some type of a rebound
So
in
this,
tomorrow's weigh-in.
what was it? This week to that week. One of the weeks, like I gained weight, right? Yeah, it was.
Did you? I thought
Yes.
you like had a monumental loss at the end or something.
No, look. So minus 50, minus 56, minus 54. Yeah. So podcast 10, I had
Oh
gained.
yeah, yeah, two.
I
Yeah,
had gained weight.
2.7.
Then the
Yeah,
next
yeah.
podcast, I lost 10 pounds, which
Right.
is insane.
Yeah, and then this one you only lost 0.7, and then
Right.
you had a 2.8. So, average it out.
It's man, it's a roller coaster of emotion.
It certainly is.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, yeah, you're if you get 5 pounds, that's your goal, right?
I mean, my goal's 3.1, but
Yeah.
I want to stick with 5 because I don't
Yeah.
think I've done anything under 5 on my predictions.
And you got to figure out what your maintenance mode looks like, because like you're at a point where you don't need to lose any more weight. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna try five. Like five, I would be thrilled with 5 pounds.
I'm kind of tempted to just keep running what I'm doing and then see like where it stops at and then build up from there, but I haven't really decided yet. Because eventually what I'm eating and what I'm exercising is not, they won't balance, right? Because like at a certain point, like you can't just unlimitedly lose weight. So like where would I land if I continued to eat exactly what I eat for another 7 months? Like what would happen? Like
Well,
does it end at
are
160?
are you
Does
st-
it?
are you still running while you're doing
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, I wouldn't change anything.
You need to eat more.
Well, I'm just curious to see what would happen. Like
Well,
eventually I would have to increase my calorie intake, I imagine,
I
but
mean, I'm
there would
curious.
be some type of an equilibrium where you can't just lose down to 70 pounds. Like it doesn't work that way. So like what happens? Like where does it end? Does it end at 160 and like my calories that I'm eating is enough to maintain that? What is that number?
You have such a deficit right now that you would continue to lose weight to a point where it's unhealthy. Like
I don't
you
think it would go that far.
you
I don't
need you need to either burn less calories or eat more.
I don't know that it would go that far, but we'll
Because
see. I'm
your
curious.
deficit's insane. Like you are like borderline unhealthy levels of deficit.
I don't think it's that low. I think it's higher than
Hold
because
on.
like
How many
I
calories
have
do
I have
you
a double scoop.
how many
Uh,
calories do you burn when you run? 7 miles.
I don't know. I haven't calculated it.
It's
Uh,
hundreds, right?
I probably.
It's
I don't
probably
know. I mean, what is my watch? Let me
it's
hang
probably
on.
5 or 600 at least.
Does my fitness thing tell me?
And
Okay, hold
you're
on.
eating 1,300 calories a day, and you're a grown man, almost 40.
It's more than 1,300 though, because I added like jerky and a bunch of other stuff, so
Okay,
it's
well
not
that's good. I didn't know you did that.
it's not that low. But hang on, find out activity week. Oh, here we go. So on my there's no way that's accurate. On my exercising days, it says I burned 1,200 calories moving throughout the day,
I'm
which
like I
seems
said
awfully high.
minimum 600.
The long run day was 1,508 calories, but that's
Minimum.
combined. That's combining my exercise and all my walking. So like that tracks everything that you do.
Yes, but that's calories you burned. Not to mention, did you lift your daughter up and play with her? Did you grab a box and move
Oh, I
it?
mean, yeah,
I
of
mean,
course, but
you burned calories the whole day. I mean, clicking
yeah,
spin on your phone when you're playing casino
that's
games
that part's questionable.
burns calories, man. Did you play a
Yeah,
video game? Like, I mean, it's not like vigorous calories, but it
yeah,
adds
but
up. And then you're and then
oh,
you're burning more than you're eating. Like, so you're already
I
supposed
mean,
to
that's
have
that's
like
the plan, right?
no,
That's,
no, you're supposed to be at a
uh,
deficit. You're not supposed to burn more calories than you eat
that's that.
total for the day.
I mean, well, you wanna get these results. You gotta go the distance.
You're there though.
Oh, almost
That's what I'm saying.
3.1, baby.
Like obviously you're gonna eat some food in Vegas, and we're not gonna be like running.
Oh my God. Oh, yeah, we're gonna eat some food.
We're gonna do a lot of walking, but like, yeah, we're not running 7 miles a day or nothing crazy like that. But
That's gonna be super interesting to me too. Like I'm absolutely fascinated with what we're gonna weigh in as
yeah,
when we come back. That'll be so interesting to me.
yeah. But
But
and
we'll see.
that's when I'm starting the new changes on the
So
diet
I
too.
see you put a 5 on there
What for the
for your
prediction?
prediction.
Yeah,
Oh,
I just said
okay.
that.
Okay.
I said I'm going with 5 for me.
Not bad.
I
Well,
mean, I'm
we'll see.
splitting the difference between
We'll see where it goes.
point 0.7 and 10 pounds lost. We'll go right down the middle. But yeah. All right. Well, one more. So it'll be just after your fun run, and then we'll do podcast 14,
Yeah.
and then we'll be off to Vegas, and then the next
Wait, are
podcast
we are
after
we gonna
that.
start a new sheet? What are we doing?
I no, I want to keep. I just want to keep going.
We're just gonna keep going on this sheet.
Yeah.
We'll just mark it and we'll say well, I guess it already says Vegas, so we already know.
Yeah.
And then do we just start it over for next
We
Vegas?
can color this line something else, and then yeah, just keep going. Like, I mean, I'm gonna need at least another 6 months. I mean, I hope things speed up a little bit for me here, like in the short term. But like, yeah,
Well, we'll see how it goes when we get there.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, thanks for two people that watch this. Like,
It could be three. It could be three now. You
yeah,
don't know.
I could.
You really don't know.
I doubt any of them made it 30 minutes. Holy crap. Yeah, this is a long one. Okay. Well, we will. Yeah, goodbye.